Hello guys, today I'm going to show you the differences between Laravel Telescope and Laravel Debugbar. So these both tools are quite popular in Laravel community, but there are slight differences and pros and cons. So let's explore right away. Just a quick context. Laravel Telescope is a first party package which is provided by Laravel itself, and Laravel Debugbar is a third party package which is provided by from another developer. This is the developer name, Barry VDH, his username, GitHub username. Yeah, so anyway, so let's jump into the topic. For that, let's first create a new Laravel project. So for that, I'm going to use Composer, create project, Laravel, and I'm going to give my project name, so something like debug bar and telescope. Okay, so this will create a new Laravel project with the latest Laravel stable release, which is Laravel 11 version 11. Okay, it's downloading Composer packages and installing and everything, so it's almost done, it seems. Yeah, so it's done, and you can see it's running database migrations as well, because since since recent Laravel versions, it comes with pre-configured SQLite database, so we don't need to bother about the database connection and the things at all. It stores the SQLite database inside the storage folder. Not inside the storage folder, inside the database folder, sorry. Yeah, so first let's open this Laravel project in our VS Code. Okay, cool. So it opened. Maybe I think I'm in the root folder, sorry. So let me cd into the folder and open it, it's easier. Cool. So we have now our fresh Laravel project, and everything is here. So as I mentioned, database is here. This is the database.sqlite, which is our SQLite database. Okay, so let's check our Laravel version by simply running php artisan command. So if I scroll up, it shows Laravel framework 11.13, so which is major release Laravel version 11. Okay, cool. So now we are going to up our artisan div server and see how our web page looks like. So I'm going to open copy this URL and open it over here. Okay, it looks like this. So just simple web page which provides links to Laracast, Lara News, but nothing else. Okay, so you will see the first difference once we install the Laravel Debugbar here. Okay, so the Laravel Debugbar GitHub repository here, this is the README page. So I'm going to follow the instructions and install the Laravel Debugbar. So we can install this as a div dependency, which is the recommended option. Then it's not available in production environment. This will be available only in local environment. Yeah, so let's copy this one, and I'm going to exit from the div server and paste it. So what will happen once we do this? Composer JSON, so it will add this new debugbar package inside this required view section, not here. This is the Laravel normal packages, compose packages section. So we just need to make it under div section. Cool. So let's install this. It's installing now. It's yeah, everything is done. If I go to my composer.json file, it shows like this. And I'm going back to the instructions. Okay, so these instructions, actually you can further configure this package as per your requirements, but now it's done everything, installing the package. So we just need to check this by up our div server. So I'm going to this port, yeah, port 8000. So yeah, so this Laravel Debugbar is installed with this new icon which you didn't see before. So if I click on here, it pops up this section and it shows several tabs over here. So what it does, actually it shows which blade view we have loaded to render this page under this URL, and queries, if there are any queries, trend models, no models, because we didn't grab any database and the things. We just simply load the entry level entry point to our web application, Laravel web application, which is the root thing. Okay, so let's try to add some new view, and I will show where it comes from, this welcome page. So it comes from routes, web, and under this is our root, and this it returns view welcome. If I go here, resources, views, welcome dot blade.php. So this is the blade file it's rendering. So let's see to render a different blade page, and it should load that as well. So I'm going to create a new file, test view.blade.php. Okay, so I'm going to add some test content to this test view blade page. So let's add php echo hello from test view test blade view. Okay, cool. So now let's add a new route to render that test page. So I'm going to add it as /test, and we are going to render the view, return view test view. Okay, cool, all good. It should return that blade. It should show the blade page as test view blade over here when I'm going to render the /test route. Okay, let's explore. Test. Yeah, cool. So it shows as expected. So it shows the blade view as test view, and it shows the content. Okay, so this Laravel Debugbar is helpful when you are dealing with several blade views in under several routes in a web application. So it's kind of a reverse engineering tool. Yeah, you can explore which blade view is loaded under this route, and you can simply update that blade view and do the changes accordingly. And apart from the views, blade views thing, it shows the routes as well, which route is loaded, and what kind of classes, kind of, if there are middlewares and the things used by that route, and the queries in this shows sessions. It gets a session from our sessions table. So it shows all the database queries over here. If you have any other database queries, it will show over here as well. Yeah, so and models, if there are any database models when it's loaded, it shows the session, which is the session it gets from this, the same session. And request data, you can check the request headers, cookies, headers, everything. Yeah. Yeah, some I know some of the things you can achieve by using web browser developer tools, such as Chrome developer tools, but this gives a more in-depth overview about specific to Laravel application. And please note, you shouldn't use this Laravel Debugbar in your production environment. It's recommended to use in dev environment. Okay, so now let's go and try out Laravel Telescope. It's a different tool, and it gives a different accessibility, because in our Laravel Debugbar it just shows this icon beneath the web page, but Laravel Telescope gives us a separate dashboard kind of thing, and it is a first page first party uh, package provided by Laravel itself. Okay, so we should get this kind of a view once we install Laravel Telescope. So let's try it out. And the other thing is, we can safely install Laravel Telescope even in our production environment without any issues, without any laggings and slowness of our web application, because Laravel Debugbar uses a different kind of approach to give these kind of insights data to us. It uses the collections, basically collections kind of a technology. Use collectors to gather data during the request cycle and show the insight information. But the telescope toolbar uses kind of a asynchronous approach. So it's loaded and it's forget the rest of the things, so it's kind of faster, and performance wise it's better to use Laravel Telescope, but it doesn't give this kind of a views thing when we are dealing with blade pages. So anyway, let's go and install Laravel Telescope package. So we can install Laravel Telescope into our under our main packages, not under div packages. So let's run compose require Laravel Telescope, and after that we can follow the rest of the instructions. Okay, it's copying directory vendor telescope Laravel Telescope public to public vendor telescope. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to see the telescope under our main packages, not under div packages. Yeah, you can see over it. You can see it over here. And now we need to follow this step: PHP artisan telescope install. Okay, it's installed successfully, and it has migration file. So we need to run PHP artisan migrate to run the rest of the migration files which haven't been executed. So in this case, create telescope entries table, so which is the one if we go to vendor and Laravel Telescope database migrations, this is the migration file just now executed successfully. Sorry, not that one. That's this one. Telescope entries. So yeah, this one. Okay, cool. So now let's go to our artisan div server, artisan serve, and let's reload our application. It works fine, but to access the telescope, unlike Laravel Debugbar, which shows over here, we need to go to this URL, this route. So let's paste it out. Cool. So it shows our telescope dashboard like this. So this is the very first request received to Laravel Telescope, and if we go inside, we can further explore it. Headers, session, response, etc. So let's go to the request thing again, and let's duplicate these, and I'm going to access my test route. Okay, let's refresh this and see. Yeah, so now it captured, just now captured my test route as well. So if I go inside, it shows these all the things, and it shows which blade view it's loaded, and what are the queries and the things. Yeah, so it does pretty much similar thing what Laravel Debugbar does, but in a separate view. So the thing is, you need to leave the original web page if you are going to explore that, but it has pros and cons as well. When it comes to the user experience wise, it can be considered as a disadvantage, but when it comes to the performance wise, it doesn't try to load that tool itself, tool as well on the web page itself. So which that's why it helps to improve the performance. I mean, not improve the performance, it helps to not interfere the performance and not lagging the web page and the things when we are using the Laravel Telescope, not like Laravel Debugbar. Yeah, so that's a basic overview of Laravel Telescope. Another thing, you can get kind of jobs, because Laravel has jobs and queues kind of mechanism to run the tasks synchronously in the background. So you can explore jobs, what jobs it has, the application has, and schedule things and commands like artisan commands and the things, everything you can see over here. It's give pretty much insightful data, and yeah, so the as per the Laravel community recommendations, as I found, so people prefer to use Laravel Telescope even in the production environment, since it's one reason it's lightweight, and it doesn't interfere to the performance, and it's a first party package from Laravel itself. Yeah, so you can safely run Laravel Telescope in production environment, but Laravel Debugbar, it's better to just stick to the local dev environment when we are using Laravel Debugbar. But I would recommend just don't use any of these tools in the production environment. So you can simply limit these tools to the local environment and do the development and things exploring and everything, and just limited to the local div environment, then it won't be affecting integrating installing these packages to the application in production environment at all. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video and got some information. Yeah, so until we meet again, see you and bye.